Today it's movie recap time for Convict, an action drama movie released in 2014. The story starts by introducing Ray Francis, a war veteran who has just returned to his homeland. After completing his last mission with the army, all he thinks about is seeing his girlfriend again. In the meantime, a woman named Kelly enjoys herself on a sunny day by the park. She is interrupted as Ray unexpectedly appears, catching her off guard. Kelly is actually Ray's girlfriend, and the sight of him makes her very happy since she wasn't expecting him until the following week. Wasting no time, Ray pulls a ring from his pocket and asks Kelly to marry him. The woman is very surprised by the proposal and immediately says yes, delighted to be marrying the man she loves. As they're about to leave the park, Kelly forgets a book by the grass, so Ray offers to go back and grab it. As she waits for him next to the car, two men see her and stop their Ferrari. One of them, a man named Tim, attempts to get Kelly to ride with them. Initially, Kelly and Ray try to ignore him, and they get into their car.
Ooh, Army boy!
However, Tim exits the Ferrari and walks all the way to Kelly's side. The man removes his pants and shows himself to Kelly by her window. Naturally, Ray gets enraged and initiates a fight, beating them both. Things take a turn when Tim pulls out a knife and Ray attempts to stop his attack. Tim, who doesn't know how to handle a knife, gets stabbed by his own weapon and does not live to tell the tale. Weeks later, Ray and Kelly find themselves in consultation with their lawyer. The matter at hand is grave. Ray stands accused of murder. The lawyer lays out two possible options for Ray. He can either plead guilty and serve for 18 months, or he can plead not guilty and possibly end up spending 8 years in prison. After talking to his fiancée, Ray goes for option 1. Elsewhere, a man named Harvey Thompson receives some guests in his home to honor his son's memory. The man struggles to come to terms with Tim's death. Yet Harvey is no ordinary individual. Having high status and influence, he has paid someone to find out everything they can about the man who killed his son. The personal investigator hands him an envelope with the information he seeks, which also includes the location of where he'll be sent off to. The next scene shows a man called Jack Morrison. He is the warden of the prison where Ray will serve time. He is visited by Harvey, Tim's father. Still devastated after losing his son, Harvey offers a large amount of money to make sure that Ray really regrets taking his son's life. The warden takes the money without hesitation. As time comes for the new inmates to begin serving their sentences, a guard named Rico greets and inspects the men. He orders them to remove their clothes and asks them to perform some basic tasks. After trying to protect an 18-year-old boy next to him, Ray receives a warm welcome from Rico. Soon after, another guard named Williams takes Ray to meet the warden. During the encounter, Jack reads Ray's file and goes over his past. It turns out he served his country for 12 years, including a 4-year period in Iraq. His actions during this time earned him a Distinguished Medal of Bravery. Before sending Ray off, Jack plays nice, asking Williams to keep an eye on Ray. Williams then guides Ray to his cell and lets him know that he can be a nightmare if Ray doesn't behave himself. A couple of days later, Ray starts understanding how things work there. Some random man attempts to beat Ray after bumping into him. Before things escalate, a faction led by a man named Mazen intervenes to defend Ray. The two groups exchange some insults, but Williams shows up and tells them to get lost. Inside the prison walls, Ray is assigned to do work in the library. That's where he bumps into David, a veteran inmate, who explains to him how to organize the books. As Ray heads back to his cell, he's once again pushed by some of the other cons, but he manages to keep his cool. Later, while Ray is doing some reading in his cell, Rico and his men drop by and go through his belongings. As Rico finds Kelly's picture, he starts doing weird things to make Ray lose his temper. Before Ray can do anything, a pair of officers named Victor and Fox hold him back. Before leaving, Rico rips Ray's cherished picture right in front of him. Later, in the shower, Ray is introduced to a fellow inmate, whom people refer to as Hammer. The man becomes impressed by Ray's package and orders him to kneel down so he can show off his dominance, but Ray's not having it. Instead, he greets the big man with a solid punch and tells Hammer to stay away from him. Before Ray can catch his breath, Rico enters the scene, dishing out a brutal beating that lands Ray right back in Jack's office. Ray attempts to justify his actions, saying he was simply defending himself from the advances of the other inmate. The warden ignores his words, and Ray gets another round of brutal beatings from the guards. To Ray's luck, Victor steps in, fearing Ray might suffer fatal wounds. At lunch, Ray chats with the inmates who work with him. He gets to know Jade, who's just 18. Just then, Ray locks eyes with the inmate who tried beating him up when he just got there. Later in the library, David talks about his past, and he mentions that he'll be there for the rest of his life. He and his brother committed a heist 15 years before, ending the lives of 2 security guards and a cop. His brother died during the robbery, and the stolen money has never been found, a secret only David holds. Rico suddenly interrupts their conversation, announcing that Ray has a visitor. Ray's face lights up with a grin as he sees Kelly on the other side of the booth. The meeting is a very brief one, cut short after Rico orders Ray to return to his cell. As the guard comments that he would love to get cozy with his girl, Ray does his best to keep his temper. Following the encounter, Ray joins Mazen and his crew, engaging in a card game. Mazen is impressed with Ray's behavior in prison and offers his protection. Elsewhere, Jade becomes Hammer's new target. As Jaden tries to work out, Hammer begins messing with him and nearly hits the boy with a dumbbell. Ray arrives just in time to intervene, beating Hammer again. As they fight, Williams steps in with some other guards and clears the area. A few days later, Ray is designated to do some toilet cleaning. Since he's alone, the inmate who threatened him during lunch takes the opportunity to mess with him. However, Ray easily overpowers him. As usual, whenever Ray is in some kind of trouble, Rico mysteriously appears. This time, Jack joins him. The warden, coerced by Harvey's bribe to make Ray's life as miserable as he can, wields a bat to do some damage to Ray from behind. The next day, the trio of guards in Jack's pocket have a meeting. Victor expresses his desire to back away from the scheme, saying he'll return the money he took. He also threatens to report the whole thing to his superiors if the others don't quit. Once Victor leaves, Williams, the head of the guards, approaches them. It becomes clear that he's in the dark about the ongoing scheme. He rebukes them for assigning Ray to clean toilets, as Ray is only supposed to work in the library. He warns them not to pull stuff like that again in the future. Feeling pressured, Rico and Fox go to Jack, informing him that Victor has opted out and is planning to expose them. Jack gets angry and instructs them to take care of Victor as soon as possible. Following that, the 2 guards enter a prisoner's cell, conducting a search of his bunk. They uncover a sharp weapon, and upon instructing the prisoner to kneel and apologize, they exit. Later, the same inmate gets assigned to toilet cleaning duty. To his dismay, he discovers Victor's lifeless body in the shower. Shortly after, Rico and Fox arrive, asking the inmate what he has done to Victor. Elsewhere, Ray sits down with David, attempting to gather information about Mazen. David reveals that Mazen has considerable influence within the prison. It turns out he runs a drug business inside and outside those walls. From a distance, Mazen's crew notices their conversation and approaches them. Mazen himself warns Ray to tread carefully when choosing sides there. As Ray and David are in the shower, members of Mazen's gang suddenly appear and attack the man who had previously fought Ray in the restroom. The man actually belongs to a rival gang to Mazen's. As Ray is wrongly accused of the murder, he visits the rival gang to clarify his innocence. Ray explains that Mazen and his gang are responsible for the crime, saying he's got nothing to do with it. As some inmates work in the kitchen, Hammer takes the opportunity to have Jade for himself. Some guys help Hammer out, and they turn the lights off. The big man finally gets what he wants. After waiting for weeks, Kelly successfully arranges a second visit to see Ray. As she waits in a room, Fox and Rico tell her some stupid story about needing to go through a security check before she can see Ray. She is then forced to undress, a humiliating experience she endures to see her loved one. Naturally, Ray is furious when the guards let him know about it, but there's nothing he can do. In the meantime, Jade continues to suffer with Hammer. Eventually, the boy summons the courage to retaliate. In one of their encounters, Jaden pokes Hammer in the groin area with a screwdriver, and the big man does not survive. Following Hammer's death, Ray is summoned to Mazen's cell, where the gang leader vents his frustration at Ray's refusal to join his gang. A few days later, while spending some time with David, Ray is once again taken away by Rico and Fox. To Ray's surprise, Mazen is also there. Having money and influence, Mazen threatens to harm Ray's close connections, and he wonders if he should start with David or Kelly. As Ray gets enraged, Mazen leaves and lets Rico and Fox handle the man. When the duo is about to harm Ray's hand, the man finally unleashes his anger and beats the pair of guards. Williams shows up and saves them, and Ray gets confined to solitary as a result of his actions. Sensing that something is wrong, Williams asks Jack if he knows that Ray was taken to the workshop by the guards. Jack, however, evades admitting any involvement and demands respect, saying he's the boss within those walls. Ray's time in the isolated cell leaves him mentally strained, bordering on insanity. After a long time confined there, he is eventually allowed to return to his cell. Williams walks with him and attempts to get Ray to open up about the issues that have led to his continued mistreatment in that place. However, Ray laughs at his attempt, unable to place his trust in anyone within those walls. As Ray regains his strength, Mazen continues trying to come up with a way to hurt him. He manipulates Jade, now a part of his gang, into poking Ray with a shiv. As the gang watches them, Jade can't bring himself to attack Ray. After the boy fails, Mazen finishes Jade himself in the boy's cell. After learning of Jade's death, Ray confronts Mazen's gang directly. A bald man tries to defend his leader, but Ray quickly takes him down with a few hits. Ray proceeds to criticize Mazen for his ruthless actions, including the killing of his own gang members. This bold move gets other inmates to support him. Ray then calls Mazen a coward and challenges him to stop hiding behind his gang. As Jack sees the whole thing from above, he orders his men to allow the fight. With solid military training, Ray easily beats up Mazen. As Ray is about to choke the man, a subtle gesture from David indicates that ending Mazen's life is not the solution. With this signal, Ray lets him go. But before the situation eases up, a shiv lands on Mazen's side, thrown by an unknown hand. Mazen instantly grabs it and attempts to attack Ray from behind. Yet David intervenes, taking the hit for his friend. Just as Mazen plays dirty, a member of the rival gang uses another shiv to fatally wound Mazen. Shortly after, Williams takes Ray into Jack Morrison's office, and Jack happily lets him know that Ray's prison sentence has been extended. Naturally, Ray becomes furious and asks why he has been giving him such treatment from the start. Jack then reveals to him that he was paid a lot of money to make his life miserable. Suddenly, Ray pulls out a hidden phone and asks if they got all of that. To the warden's surprise, Williams and his team enter the room and handcuff Jack. Fox and Rico, who were also bribed, are soon arrested as well. Before leaving the prison, Ray seeks out David, who managed to survive Mazen's attack. In a heartfelt conversation, David discloses the location of the hidden stolen money and encourages Ray to take it to start a better life. His only request is that Ray deliver a bag of money to his daughter. Soon after, Ray's confinement finally comes to an end. Williams, the head of the guards, bids him farewell with a handshake. Ray reunites with his girlfriend after almost 2 years. Some time later, Ray holds on to his word and finds David's daughter. He hands her a bag full of cash and encourages the woman to visit her father, who really misses her. In the last scene, Williams guides some new inmates and ensures that they put on their prison uniforms. Among the newcomers is Harvey Thompson, Tim's father, who finally got what he deserved. Thanks for watching. If you like our content, please like the video and don't forget to subscribe.